Hey, how y'all doing today? This is Smoke Dog coming at you from the Smoke Blog today. This is gonna be my last blog for at least a couple of days until I get down South America and see what's going on. But from what I heard, we'll have internet connectivity, so hopefully I'll still be able to conduct the smoke out. So keep your questions coming, keep your comments going. Roy, it was nice. I ain't gonna say it was a nice conversation you got started. It was good conversation, but the bottom line is, man, you got to man up in your marriage. I work out from 4 to 5 times a week, and the popular, well, the geographic of the people that's there are married women and single guys. So that leads me to believe that married men, once they're in their relationship or marriage or whatever, they become content. And not to say that they're not working out, but like I say, based on the gym that I go to, most of the women are there are married, and most of the guys are single. So if you're married and you're doing your thing, man, just keep doing what you're doing, and health should be your number one priority, especially going through what you went through. She's got to understand that you got to remain physically fit because at your age, you shouldn't have had the things that happened to you that you did. So I suggest you keep doing what you're doing, man. Man up. Take control of your household, and if she can't understand that, then something got to give. All right. Enough about that. Um, I had a conversation with a very strong black man the other day, and he brought up some very interesting points, and I just want to share them with y'all. That leads me to another thing. I got an email in my Facebook mailbox, and it was a female, kind of like, I don't know if she was bashing me or what, but she was kind of like saying that she really don't know where I get off doing these blogs, talking about the black race, talking about the black kids, uh, and not doing anything to help. Hennessy break. And along those lines, she was telling me, instead of talking about it, to do something about it. And it kind of, I didn't, I listened to what it had to say, but I know I've done my contributions to America. I've avoided jail for 37 years. I'm a great father to my kids. I've raised law-abiding citizens as far as my kids are concerned. Um, I've enlisted in the military. I went from enlisted to officer. I've been in the military for 19 years, so I've used the the college system. I went from a high school diploma to a associate's, bachelor's, and I have my master's. So me per se, I really don't know how much I can give back to the community without one, put myself at risk, and two, without neglecting my kids, because my kids need all the love that I can give. I can't give my love to anybody else's kids, and that's just where I stand. Do I hate black people? Hell no, I don't hate black people, but I do hate what we've become and what we are becoming. I mean, if you look at it, we may have a black president, but you all know that he didn't get in by the black vote. So there's really nothing that we should be proud of other than he's a black American. But I say that to say that we're no better off than we were back in the slavery days. I mean, if you look at what we have going on now, and Ice Cube talks a lot about it back in the days where, instead of cornfields, we have projects. Instead of overlookers, we have the police. So you really need to sit down and listen to an Ice Cube CD to realize how the transition from slavery to today, there's really no big difference because we are still in suppressing ourselves. Some people are stagnant and where they are and where they want to be. I mean, you have the generations of welfare, Section 8, teenage pregnancy, HIV. So I don't hate black people. I hate what we have become and what we're becoming. Martin Luther King fought for equality, and we're fighting against it. If you ask me, yeah, I may have Uncle Ruckus on my profile picture, and that will probably never change because Uncle Ruckus is deep. If you look at the Boondocks and see where this man came from, you understand that he doesn't like he likes blacks, but he hate niggas. All right, and I don't want to use that word because uh, anybody can see this on YouTube, but that's what it is. There's a big difference. All right, so if you think I'm bashing the black race and I could be doing something about it instead of talking about it, I'm sorry you feel that way. But like I say, I've gave my contribution to society. And I can attest for everybody that's on this blog. If you look around and look at the intellectual conversation we're having, we have no riffraffs on this blog. So I'm quite sure that you guys have gave your contributions and will continue to give your contribution. But at the same time, like I said, I have kids, so I wouldn't feel right giving that love. I give guidance and mentor kids all day. But as far as sharing my love, I have 4 beautiful kids that I would never neglect to take that role. All right, back to the my senior, the elder man I was talking to, and we were talking about um, black kids, and we talked about the black race and Hennessy break. We had a deep conversation, right? And he was telling me like back in the day how no, this is today how he's like told baby mamas to ask themselves, if your baby daddy is stupid, 9 times out of 10 your baby's gonna be stupid. If your baby daddy is crazy, 9 times out of 10 your baby's gonna be crazy. And I kind of thought about it, and I looked around at the news, and I looked around the current events, and I realized that kids really, unless they have a strong will to survive or strive, they usually fall in the same footsteps of their parents, which, he was kind of true on that. But he also said that white people look deep into the bloodline before they mate. And he broke it down like black people, we're not mating, we're breeding, because we see ass and titties and we want to hit it, and we really don't know the background of the people we're dealing with. Vice white people, or even Muslims. Muslims deal with Muslims. I mean, they may sleep with an American or sleep with a Christian or whatever, but they keep the bloodline. Even whites, Catholics, and Christians really don't mix. But that was something I never knew growing up. I thought it was just white or black. But Jews, Catholics, Christians, that's some serious stuff if you really think about it in marriage. But moving right along to what he was saying, that how white people, they mate. How back in the day before black people could have sex, you would bring the guy home and let your family meet him, because your family would know the history on that guy. And he made me laugh because he brought up a situation where back in the day, if your mama would see you talking to somebody as like, hey, don't mess with them people, those people crazy as hell. And you think about it, you're like, yeah. So back then, your mother was really like letting sizing them up. Yeah, if you mess with those crazy ass people, you probably have crazy ass kids. So don't, mix our family with that family. And it was very, it was very enlightening, because this guy had so much to say about the past and comparing it to what we do today. And like I say, I want you to take away what I said about mating and breeding, and just look at how we have become so sex-driven, big ass-driven, nice breast-driven. We rarely ever, we're not saying we, I'm talking collectively as a black race, look into someone's head nowadays. Even I'm thinking about in high school, they rarely ever, go at the smart girl, or the girl that's living with her mother and father. It's always, the stripper looking chicks, tattoos on their thighs, legs, and all that, and even from the bad households, and that's what make young men today want to hit it, because they see so much. Vice, on the other hand, you have these homegrown girls that's getting neglected, and at the same time they're getting their education and staying away from the filth. But just think about mating and breeding, okay? That was very deep. And if you have some comments to say about the mating and breeding statement I made, feel free to speak up, because if you think about it, I know this is going to get a lot of hits, but that is very, very deep, the difference between mating and breeding, all right? As you know, I'm Gritty, midnight train to Guatemala. I just want to say I enjoyed this blog for the past month or two, however long I've been doing it. And I promise you, I will do what I can to keep this thing going. But in the meantime, if you guys see that I'm not, if I'm not around, feel free to throw some conversations out there. I'm quite sure Roy will. And I love you all. And I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Peace.